Hello, brothers and sisters. Hope it's a good day for you. So today I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I usually do. I usually don't really think about what I'm gonna talk about on my videos. I just kind of hit the play button and whatever comes out is meant to come out at that time, I guess. But today I'm gonna kind of guide the conversation with the assistance of some books. So we're gonna see how that goes, and uh, let's see how it goes. So the first one, I'm pretty sure we all know, the Holy Bible. This is the 1611 edition, so I apologize. It's going to be a little, sound a little bit weird. But, the purpose of the conversation today is to examine truth and belief, how we link ourselves to that, and maybe a little bit more, but we'll just go with that for now. Okay. So, St. Matthew, this is chapter 7, verse 7. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For every one that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Okay, so what is that saying? That's saying that this tree is poking me in my head. It's saying that whatever you ask, whatever you put out to the universe, you're going to get an answer to. If you try to find truth, truth is going to be shown to you. It's not it may not be something that you would traditionally agree with, and it may interrupt some beliefs that you have now, but that doesn't mean that it's not the truth. So, the old adage goes, careful what you wish for. It's a reason that that thing came about. So what do we got next here? John, I believe this is 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So, ask and ye shall receive. You'll find it, and it will free you. Free from what? Well, free you from the slavery that your previous perception had you in that was keeping you from advancing on your path. Because you can't ask a question unless you're in a position in your life for the question to come about, right? It's talking about, a lot of different things, but advancement of your own life. Ephesians 4:15. But speaking the truth in love may grow up into him, meaning God, in all things which he is the head, even Christ. So God's even above Christ. They're not the same. It says it right there. Let's clear that up. Speaking in truth in love. So speak with truth and love. And grow yourself into him, into the consciousness of unconditional love, understanding, brotherhood, all that goes with that. Luke chapter, what is that? 17:21. Neither shall they say, lo here, lo there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of God is within you. Okay. That divine spark, that thing that you're praying to in the sky, and you're looking all everywhere for it, look for signs and blah, 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 it's right here. You're looking the wrong way. Flip it around. Know thyself, and ye shall know your origin. So what else do we got here? We got some Gnostic Gospels of Jesus. What did I put in here? Know yourselves. When we heard this, we became sad. But when he saw that we were sad, he said, I say this to you so that you may know yourselves. And he's previously talking about few find the kingdoms of heaven. Or heaven's kingdom, sorry. Heaven's kingdom is like a head of grain that sprouted in a field. And when it was ripe, it scattered its seed, and again it filled the field with heads of grain for yet another year. So would you be eager to harvest for yourselves a head of grain of your life, that you may be filled with the kingdom. Be eager to harvest for yourselves. Harvest yourselves. Cultivate a relationship with yourself. Know yourself. So that the enlightenment that you attain in the experiences and the knowledge that you get in that experience of knowing yourself, you can be like a head of grain and spread it out to the brothers and sisters around you. And this is out of the secret book of James, by the way. And as long as I am with you, pay attention to me and trust in me. But when I am far from you, remember me. And remember me because I was with you and you did not know me. Okay? Blessings will be on those who have known me. Shame on those who have heard and have not believed. Blessings will be on those who have seen, who have not seen and yet believed. So it's saying, and again, it's not the Constantinian deity, Jesus, that's prayed to like he's God, because he says himself that's not right. Even though we're speaking out of context of the story of Yahshua HaMashiach that got changed by Constantinian's philosophers, still, it's supposed to be a roadmap how to get there. Good foundation. So, believe in the message, not the person. Once again, I appeal to you. I am disclosed to you as I am building a house useful to you when you will find shelter in it, and will support you and your neighbors' houses when theirs threatens to collapse. I tell you the truth, shame for those who I have been sent here for. So, right there, he's trying to tell you, with what I've achieved in enlightenment and gnosis knowledge, I give to you all, my brothers and sisters, to build a good foundations for your personal relationships with God, so you yourselves can attain spiritual enlightenment as he did. Blessings will be with those who are going up to the Father. Blessings, one who takes it upon themselves to know their spiritual existence and cultivate their energy and work with their energies and chakras and move into a divine consciousness of oneness. Blessed are those people. And again, I warn you, you who exist, be like those who do not exist, that you may dwell with those who do not exist. And my interpretation of that is, don't be like everybody else. If you're being pointed one way, you're probably supposed to be looking the other way. Do not let heaven's kingdom become a desert within you. Don't let your divine spark go barren and unused. Know it, use it, cultivate it, make it a part of your everyday life. Do not be proud because of the light that enlightens. Rather, act toward yourselves as I have acted toward you. There you go. I don't think I need to explain that one. And next up here, we got some Nag Mahade. So what you saying in here? Light and darkness. Light and darkness, life and death, and the right and the left are siblings of one another and inseparable. For this reason, the good are not good and the bad are not bad. Life is not life and death is not death. Each will dissolve into its original nature, but what is superior to the world cannot be dissolved, for it is eternal. So light and darkness, the duality of man, matter and spirit in one creation. But they are one. They are of kin. We're one creation. It's two aspects, but it's the same thing. And though this may dissolve and go back into the earth from which it came, the spirit is eternal. That is within you and us all. Truth. Truth brought forth words in the world for us, and no one can refer to the truth without words. Truth is one of many, for our sakes, to teach us about the one in love through the many. So words. We can't communicate without words because we speak with words. You need to be careful on the words that you speak and do more research into what the words' origins that you use are and what they actually mean. Look up some etymology. That'll be a big eye-opener for you. Truth is one and many. So there's many of the same messages, but they're all the same message. For our sakes, teach us about the one in love through the many. So through many different interpretations, teach us the source of love, which is the true uncreated God. Now we move on to the archons. The rulers wanted to fool people. Right off the bat, sound like anybody familiar? Rulers wanted to fool people, since they saw that the people have kinship with what is truly good. They took the names of the good and assigned them to what is not good, to fool people with names and link them to names to what is not good. As so they are doing people a favor, they take names from what is not good and transfer them to the good, in their own way of thinking, for they wish to take free people and enslave them forever. And boom, you can see the Constantinian march of Christianity throughout time, right there in that passage. Break free of the chains. Oh, what do we got here? Complete Dead Sea Scrolls. What do we got in here? Teachers of lies have smoothed thy people with words, and false prophets have led them astray. We've all been led astray by false prophets of a false church. They have banished me from their land like a bird from its nest. And they, teachers of lies and seers of falsehood, have schemed against me in a devilish scheme to exchange the law engraved on my heart by thee for the smooth thing which they speak to thy people. And they withhold from the thirsty the drink of knowledge. Right there. We're supposed to be taught all how to have an individualistic relationship, personal relationship with what we refer to as God. And that was taken, that they have withheld the thirsty drink of knowledge from us all. And they assuage their thirst with vinegar, and they may gaze on their straying, on their folly concerning their feast days, on their fall into snares. So they're giving us a drink we think is water, but it's vinegar. And we're all straying, falling into traps. We fall into the traps of life because we're taught wrong. We're given a message of to seek answers, or not really answers, but to seek solutions and meanings of life from an external source instead of asking and learning to cultivate a relationship with yourself before you worry about anybody else. And we got some emerald tablets of Hermes and Kabbalion. And if I mispronounce stuff, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's the message. So we got the 7 Hermetic principles. 7 Hermetic principles. Find that number in the Bible a lot too. Number 1, the all is mind, the universe is mental. So everything from our perception and our reality, from our experience, is in our own minds. We can't, that's all we got. So mastery of mind, if you have the mastery of your mind, you can have mastery over everything else. That's the first key. You want to master your body and matter and your energies, you have to master your mind first. 2, as above, so below, as below, so above. And also with this, as within, so without. Same thing. Whatever is in you, you're going to reflect and get back. As above, so below. I don't think I really, well, I will. As it is in the heavens, it shall be on earth. Your true divine self's will, your higher self, your soul or spirit, is going to put you through stuff to get you where you need to be here. So you can be the same. Number 3, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. Which we've proven with science. Everything has its own vibration. Even thoughts have their own vibration. Emotions have their own vibration patterns because they have an effect on water that we've observed in scientific methods as well. Manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit result from the largely varying rates of vibration from the all, which is pure spirit, down to the grossest form of matter, which is us down here. Well, we're a marriage of both, but many of us believe we're just the matter, which is vibrating as well, even though it appears solid, it is not. The principle of polarity. Everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites, and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degree. Extremes meet, all truths, but our half-truths, all paradoxes may be reconciled. So everything has 2 poles. I mean, we've found that. We have a positive and a negative side in our hands, in our auric field. We have the base of our chakra system where our kundalini originates from, our Holy Spirit originates from, all the way up to the top. But they're one and the same being. They're opposites, yet they are the same. They just differ in degrees. So all is one, just different aspects, perceptions, however you want to fill the blank in there with a word. Opposites are the same. Now I already went through all that. Truths are half-truths. There are 2 sides of everything. We have a matter and a spirit. Yin and yang. Darkness and light. Feminine, male. Like, boom, boom, boom. You can do it all day. Dualistic world because we're the dualistic being. That's It's why it's a dualistic world. We are a dualistic being. It's why it's a dualistic world. We're dualistic beings. We're two beings in one being. We're a spirit and a body. But the spirit has domain over the body. You just have to exercise your will to strengthen your connection enough to spirit so that can flow naturally and you stop having so many problems and repeating lessons and so on and so forth. And we'll do an excerpt from the Essential Kabbalah next. So what do we got here? Something you cannot explain to another person is called nistar, which means hidden. Like the taste of food, which is impossible to describe to one who has never tasted it. You cannot express in words exactly what it is. It is hidden. Similarly to the love and awe of God. It is impossible to explain to another what the love of your heart feels like. It is hidden. Okay? The true nature of God is hidden. Has been hidden from us. So we need to seek it out, and we will find it. But calling the wisdom of Kabbalah hidden is strange. How is it hidden? Whoever wants to learn the book is readily available. If one does not understand, he is ignorant. For such a person, the Talmud is also hidden. Rather, the secrets hidden through the Zohar and the writings of the Ari are based entirely on cleaving to God. For one worthy to cleave. So that means to cleave yourself, to shape yourself into an image worthy of God. Which you can't do without knowledge of self. Turn yourself into what? Be the change you want to see. It's a good adage to go with that. Be the change you want to see. So, it mentioned the Zohar, so why not take a passage out of the Zohar? Soulmates. Soulmates are two halves of a single soul, divided by the Creator himself in the supernatural realm. As the correction of our spiritual selves is accomplished in our lifetime, or as we at least work diligently towards achieving that connection, the Creator makes us whole again. So that shows you right there that we're not supposed to be going out and seeking a mate. We're not supposed to be chasing our, in your younger existence, you're going to do that because you have things that you need to learn through those chakras and you have to experience them. That's the only way to do it. But eventually, you're supposed to get to a point where you're not chasing down the mystical dream girl. They'll be brought to you when the time is right. You're supposed to work on yourself and your connection with God and becoming, or connection with the Creator and becoming what you already are, and just realizing what you already are before you have to worry about tangling anyone else into that. I'm sorry I'm waving my hands so much. I got mosquitoes flying all around me right now. I got this thing on, trying to keep some of them off. Happy are the righteous whose souls are adorned as they appear in front of the Creator before coming to this world. When the Creator sends them into the world, all these souls, including male and female, join together. There you go. They're handed over to the governor, whose name is Lila, which means night in English, who observes human conception. When the souls descend into the world and are handed over to the governor, they are separated from one another. Sometimes one precedes the other in coming down and entering the body of a human being. So we have a male and female aspect when we come down, and when you've done enough lessons in your singularity instance, then you will become a dualistic once again. There again, dualistic world. More than just one reason. When their time to be married arrives, the Creator, who knows these spirits and souls, joins them as they were before they came into the world. When they are joined together, they become one body and one soul, right and left in proper unison. As it is written, there is nothing new under the sun, because this is nothing new, but a return to how they were before coming to this world. You might say, but we have learned that a man obtains a mate according to his deeds and behavior. It is assuredly so, which is the way we do things now. If he is meritorious and his ways are correct, then he deserves his own soulmate to join her as they were joined when they left the Creator and before bonding with a physical body. So stop chasing down your soulmate. The Creator will send them to you when you're ready for it. I mean, you don't got to rush it. Just worry about you. Worry about you and your relationship with God, and or however you want to see that as the universe, higher self, infinite consciousness, central sun, whatever you call it. You're all calling the same thing a different name. That's why words are so important. So I think we'll close this out with a little Elixir Confucius. And here we have, the master said, exemplary persons cherish their excellence. Petty persons cherish their land. Exemplary persons cherish fairness. Petty persons cherish the thought of gain. So, I mean, I don't think I need to elaborate on that very much. Exemplary people will cherish things that are good. They'll cherish love and family and relationships and people. You know, the things that mean something. Petty persons will cherish their land or their possessions, things. Exemplary people like fairness. Other people only think of their own gain. The master said, to act with an eye to personal profit will incur a lot of resentment. So if you spend your life chasing down profit or money or whatever that's going to be to you, if you spend it chasing down a material thing is how I take that you're going to be left with a lot of resentment, because it's not going to give you the fulfillment that your spirit is trying to lead you to find. It's only a lower chakra, third dimensional pleasure. It's not gonna bring you the emptiness filling that you're searching for, because that is a spiritual thing. So you need to align with spirit. If you want to align with the Creator, the almighty, uncreated God Creator, be in their creation. Both of them. Well, yeah, I won't go down that road. But be out in nature. Go, you know, and dwell within the inner consciousness. Don't allow the mundane to have such absolute control over what you do and what you experience. don't get hung up on beliefs. A belief is just an idea that is most appropriate for the mind at the time. They are most of the time just stepping stones to finding a higher truth and a higher belief. And, you know, we all ascend up Jacob's ladder to heaven. Or we're supposed to. So see the lessons. Don't let people or ideologies tell you how to have a relationship with what you perceive as God. That is you and God's business only. I mean, you can have mentors and people that you go to for counsel, blah blah blah. You know, things like that. But don't ever take someone else's interpretation as absolute truth. And there are many truths, but there is also just one. So, move towards that. Don't let fear get in the way. Face your fears. You want to do some growth, face your fears. Whatever it is. Face your fears. Be compassionate and giving. And seek to truly know and understand yourself. As well as the source of your consciousness, the Creator. Yeah. Do those things. And move towards the light. But understand that darkness is also an aspect of the light. Become balanced. Become whole. Become who you are. Realize what you are. Alright. I'm getting chewed up by bugs, so I love you guys. Wholeness to you. And great journey.